is related to financial inclusion or some modalities to implement financial inclusion. Because I was looking at the numbers of the BCs from the CSC, the number out of 1 lakh centers, the number of BCs is still very pathetic, very small. So there's a talk about it, everybody is interested in doing it, the banks want to use the CSC network, but the actual number of the CSC operators become BC is very small. So there is something which need to be done in order to excite and take it forward. With these, I will request first Mr. Neeraj Kumar Gupta, the NABARD CGM, who is actually, NABARD is the pioneer because NABARD got the mandate for financial inclusion long back.
Thank you, sir. Because of very high speaker audience ratio, I will limit it to few observations. Though you have told not to talk of definition part, but let me tell you one thing, sir. What financial inclusion we are talking or our finance minister is talking is not, he is not talking of opening of bank account only. He is talking of deposit product, he is talking of credit product, insurance, micro pension. These four are the basic products.
Use a mic.
I think I am using it, but still. Hello. And second. Okay. And second thing, that priority which government has fixed is 73,000 villages in the country having a population of more than 2,000 or more population. So that is the priority which banker have to take. Now coming to role of NABARD, as you may be aware, Government of India has constituted two funds. One is Financial Inclusion Fund and second is Financial Inclusion Technology Fund with a corpus of 500 crore under each fund to experiment various type of things which will work in rural area or which may not work in rural area. Financial Inclusion Fund we are using mainly for financial literacy drive. We have tied up with Doordarshan for telecast of half-hour serial on financial literacy in 6 Hindi-speaking states. Similarly, we are tied up with PFRDA on financial literacy drive in Pan-India. So these type of activities we are covering from our Financial Inclusion Fund, and from Financial Inclusion Technology Fund, we are providing core banking solution supports to 28 weak RRBs, so that the finance minister's directive that all the banks should be CBS compliant by September is observed. So these are some of the things which we are doing. Now coming back to CSC, I think selection of BC is a major problem which banks are facing, and we are also observing through our visits. Because if we go for corporate BC, their attrition rate is very high. Then capacity building of BC is another issue. So what I suggest is that CSC, because I have gone through the profile of VLEs, they are highly educated. Can they act as a facilitator for financial literacy in rural area? That is one thing. Second, appointment of VLE as BC, I think bank has to take a call. Because ultimately it is banking risk. Reputation risk is of bank if financial transactions are being done by some other agencies. So that has to be seen. Our VCS talk of certification. Hardly 5% of people are certified. So let me share with the House that with Indian Institute of Bank and Finance, we are running a program to run a certificate program for BC. Any BC who wants to be a certificate holder can enroll under this program and get a certificate. So that can also be thought of. Then training of BC, I have already told. In case if there is a need to train BCs, we can have, in addition to IIBF, we can have some other module for providing required training to BCs. But similarly, if you CSC wants to drive a financial literacy campaign in their area of operation, even that can be supported from NABARD. So these are some of the observations I would like to make in the beginning. Thank you.
What we do is, I think questions relating to NABARD, you can take the end of the session, the presentation's over, and then you can have, write down these questions, ask the specific speaker to answer clarification or suggestion, or you want to know something more about the schemes and program that they implementing. Can I now request Mr. Hemant Bhargav, ED Microinsurance Life Insurance Corporation of India.
So thank you very much. Good afternoon. I am from LIC and I am heading microinsurance. At LIC we have more than 285 million customers and we are here for pretty long time. But then as far as small insurances are concerned, we still found that it is not up to the desired level, the kind of penetration that we should be having. So that is how we started this initiative of microinsurance, and it was almost 5 years back. We are going to complete 5 years in September, that we started this microinsurance as a totally separate vertical. Why I am telling this and I feel it is very important is that we have almost 1.4 million LIC agents across the country. But then for microinsurance initiative, particularly and deliberately, we have not made use of them largely. We have largely dependent upon NGOs, SHGs, MFIs and Section 25 companies. And today I can say that almost 10,000, that is 9,853 NGOs, MFI, SHGs, they are with us. And we have today more than 67,500 people who are, we can say, feet on the ground. They are specified persons. यहाँ पे हमारे 17 राज्यों से जो आए हुए विलेज लेवल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं और जो और रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, उनको मैं यह बताना चाहूँगा कि LIC की तरफ से ये जो माइक्रो इंश्योरेंस का इनिशिएटिव है, ये हमने जानबूझ के उन लोगों पे कंसंट्रेट करा है जो कि उसी तबके में काम कर रहे हैं जिनको कि हम वो इंश्योरेंस देना चाहते हैं. क्योंकि माइक्रो इंश्योरेंस, व्हाट इज माइक्रो इंश्योरेंस? इन वेरी सिंपल टर्म, स्मॉल टिकट इंश्योरेंस वेयर मैक्सिमम सम एश्योर्ड इज 30,000 और टर्म इंश्योरेंस 50,000 एंड प्रीमियम इज एज लो एज हम लोगों ने इंट्रोड्यूस करा है 15 रुपए पर हफ्ता या 25 रुपए प्रति सप्ताह. तो इस तरह के छोटे प्रीमियम वाली, छोटे सम एश्योर्ड वाली पॉलिसीज को हम लोगों ने चाहा है कि उन्हीं लोगों के मार्फत हम बेचें जो कि उन्हीं समुदायों, उन्हीं विलेजेस के बीच में काम कर रहे हैं. तो देयर इज नो अदर पर्सन बेटर देन एनजीओस. लेकिन आज यहाँ पर इस प्रोग्राम में जब मैं शामिल हुआ, हालांकि CSC और ये डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ IT से मैं 1 साल से संपर्क में हूँ और हम लोग बहुत कीन हैं कि इस तरह का टाई अप हम नेशनल लेवल पे करें, जिससे कि करीब 1 लाख आज जो संस्थाएं हैं CSCs हु आर वर्किंग अक्रॉस द कंट्री, तो उन सब के मार्फत हम ये सुविधा जो है वो हर विलेज में हम प्रोवाइड कर सकें. और जहाँ तक एम्पावरमेंट की बात हो रही है, तो वी हैव टुडे ट्रेनिंग फैसिलिटीज इन ईच एंड एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट. हमारे हर राज्य में, हर जिले में वी हैव एलैबोरेट ट्रेनिंग फैसिलिटीज. तो जितने भी हमारे जो मैं 67,000 लोगों की बात कर रहा हूँ कि जिनको हमने स्पेसिफाइड पर्सन बनाया है, हर व्यक्ति उनमें से जो है उसको हमने 25 घंटे की ट्रेनिंग दी है. एंड देन वी हैव गिवन देम अ सर्टिफिकेट ऑल्सो. दे हैव अ सेपरेट कोड, दे हैव अ सर्टिफिकेट, दे हैव बीन सर्टिफाइड टू सेल लाइफ इंश्योरेंस एंड दे आर टोटली एम्पावर्ड. तो ये एक बहुत बड़ी फैसिलिटी है विच वी आर रेडी टू गिव. एंड देन वी हैव इंट्रोड्यूस्ड दिस इज टोटली IT ड्रिवन चैनल, very heavily dependent on IT with a robust IT platform, and we have enabled जो हमारे संस्थाएं हैं जो माइक्रो इंश्योरेंस का काम कर रही हैं, उनके पास हमने वो सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करा है जिससे वो हर तरह का काम कर सकते हैं. मतलब दे आर वर्चुअल LIC ऑफिस sitting thousands of miles away from our headquarters in Mumbai. So with one gateway we are able to take care of any one of the NGOs, MFI or SHG who is working in any one of the more than 6 lakh villages across the country. उसके पास वो सारी फैसिलिटी हैं प्रीमियम कलेक्ट करने की. और जितनी भी समय अभाव के कारण मैं जल्दी बता रहा हूँ कि जो भी कुछ लाइफ इंश्योरेंस से संबंधित काम होता है वो सब वो व्यक्ति अपने कंप्यूटर पे बैठ के कर सकता है. रसीद छाप सकता है, पैसा ले सकता है, प्रपोजल कंप्लीट कर सकता है, पॉलिसी का डेटा सब आउटफ्लो इनफ्लो सब कुछ कर सकता है. So this is a tremendous opportunity which we have offered and we are totally committed to it. Last year we did more than 3 million policies. Total we have done more than 75 customers whom have been sold a micro insurance policy. But we are acutely aware that the potential is really huge. So this is one opportunity where we will certainly like to expand, and we will be happy to have a partnership with the CSC initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhargav. I wish the one MOU with the other MOUs would have been with LIC, because the insurance is one area the CSCs has a huge opportunity in rural India. What we've been talking about, financial inclusion, three components, as the banking part, the insurance part, and the micro pension part. So if we three combine together, we really empower not CSC, empower people living in villages. It would be great for the CSC SPV to take this initiative and sign an MOU with LIC, work out the terms and conditions. But I think it would go a great way for empowering the rural citizen, and of course making CSC more sustainable. Thank you very much. We request Mr. LP Roy, DGM State Bank of India. State Bank has been one of the pioneers in starting the process of financial inclusion, built up their own technologies, started selling it. Somehow didn't work out with the CSC despite a lot of discussion taking place at various levels. They did with Indies, but they didn't work out the central one. I'm sure he will throw some light on what is being done.
Yeah.
थैंक यू सर। अभी तक ये जो फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन की बात थी, एक्सक्लूजन क्यों रहा, आई वुड नॉट लाइक टू गो इनटू मच डिटेल, लेकिन रीजन था कि फार्मर को जो एक्सक्लूडेड मास है उनको ट्रेवल करना पड़ता है, बैंक की ब्रांचेस वर फार ऑफ, सो दे हैव टू ट्रेवल, सो ट्रेवलिंग एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स बैंकिंग रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ KYC, तो ये रिक्वायरमेंट होने की वजह से दिस पीपल वर नॉट एबल टू ओपन द अकाउंट इन द बैंक चैनल, दैट वाज ए लिमिटेशन। तो जब BC का इंट्रोडक्शन किया गया विद दैट प्रीमाइस कि इसके थ्रू सर्विसेज गांव में ही प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी विद सिंप्लीफाइड KYC रिक्वायरमेंट, जब गांव के अंदर प्रोवाइड की जानी है तो देयर मस्ट बी समबडी, क्योंकि गांव के अंदर जब बैंक सर्विस प्रोवाइड करनी कोई ना कोई उपलब्ध रहना चाहिए, तो बैंक के लिए तो ये पॉसिबल नहीं था कि हर जगह अपने ऑफिशियल्स को भेज के ब्रांच खोले, तो एज ए रिजल्ट BC का आउटलेट्स बने, एंड BC आउटलेट पे सर्विस प्रोवाइड करने के लिए BC आउटलेट विलेज के अंदर है, वहीं सिंप्लीफाइड KYC के थ्रू ये अकाउंट खोले जाते हैं। तो इस तरह से धीरे धीरे स्टेट बैंक शुरू हुआ फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन की तरफ। आज की तारीख में मोर देन 25,000 आउटलेट्स BC आउटलेट विलेजेस में खुले हुए हैं, जिनके थ्रू सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड की जा रही हैं यूजिंग वेरियस टाइप ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी इनिशिएटिव्स। First, we started with the POS-based and card-based. There was a problem. Initial जब उसका setup cost है, that was too high. उस cost की वजह से could not move forward. Then gradually, because basic premise जिस पर ये financial inclusion बढ़ा, services to be provided in the village itself, safe, secured manner, and at the low cost. तो इस premise पे then we move forward. We developed another technology which is kiosk banking. अब kiosk banking जब डेवलप कर रहे थे हम लोग, तो ये सबसे बड़ा हमारे दिमाग के अंदर था कि अगर इसमें, बिकॉज ये kiosk banking के बारे में जैसे अजय कुमार साहब ने काफ़ी डिटेल में मुझसे ज़्यादा बताया है, और दे आर हैविंग द रियल एक्सपीरियंस इन द झारखंड कि किस तरीके से ये काम कर रहा है, उन्होंने काफ़ी एलोबरेट किया था इसमें। जब हमने ये किया, क्योंकि इसमें बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है इंटरनेट इनेबल्ड PC, एक प्रिंटर, वेब कैमरा, और एडिशनल सिर्फ हम क्या कर रहे थे, क्योंकि ट्रांजैक्शन सेफ सिक्योर्ड करने के लिए फिंगरप्रिंट का वेरिफिकेशन करते हैं, एक फिंगरप्रिंट की डिवाइस की जरूरत है, और उस डिवाइस की कॉस्ट 2,500 रुपीज है ओनली, कोई ज्यादा कॉस्ट नहीं उसकी। अब जब ये कर रहे थे, तो जब शुरू में ये आया कि इसको करने जा रहे हैं, तो अगर हर किसी को ये सारी चीजें परचेज करनी होंगी, 1 BLE सेटअप और CSC सेटअप इज कॉस्टिंग मोर देन अराउंड 1 लाख रुपीज। अगर कोई इतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट करने के लिए पहले इसको यूज बैंकिंग सर्विसेज के लिए इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, तो दिस थिंग विल नॉट गो। तो देन हमने सोचा कि ऑलरेडी अंडर E-गवर्नेंस मोर देन 1 लाख CSCs वर टू बी सेट अप। विद दैट प्रीमाइस वी डेवलप दिस सॉल्यूशन, एंड CSCs विच आर देयर एट द मोमेंट टुडे, जो आज की तारीख में जिनके पास सब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, बाई स्पेंडिंग सिर्फ 2,500 रुपए का एडिशनल इक्विपमेंट बाय करने के बाद, यू कैन यूज द कियोस्क बैंकिंग सर्विसेज प्रोवाइडेड CSC as a individual BC, because ये क्वेश्चन था कि आर वी बैंक्स आर कंफर्टेबल इन एंगेजिंग, आई थिंक गुप्ता साहब ने रेस किया था. वी हैव ए फैसिलिटी, और आज की तारीख में स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने रफली 1300 से 1500 इंडिविजुअल्स को एंगेज किया है. कियोस्क बैंकिंग चैनल पर मोर देन 5000 आउटलेट कंट्री में काम कर रहे हैं, जहां पर लोगों ने एज ए इंडिविजुअल बीसी उन्होंने उनको एंगेज किया. उन्होंने अपने एक लैपटॉप खरीदा, इट कैन वर्क ऑन लैपटॉप ऑल्सो. लैपटॉप, डाटा कार्ड, अगर ब्रॉडबैंड नहीं है तो डाटा कार्ड लिया, वेबकैम उसके साथ होता है, एक फिंगरप्रिंट डिवाइस लिया, एंड दे स्टार्टेड बैंकिंग. तो दैट फैसिलिटी इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल. लेकिन इंडिविजुअल्स को एंगेज करने में सर्टेन ऑपरेशनल प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं. कैश मैनेजमेंट एक सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है इसमें, क्योंकि इस स्पेस में कैश इन कैश आउट की रिक्वायरमेंट रहती है. कस्टमर जो आएगा उसको कैश निकालना भी है, विड्रॉ भी करना है, फिर उस कैश को आपको बैंक में भी जाके जमा कराना पड़ेगा. तो इसीलिए वी प्रेफर्ड, और अब वी आर ओपन टू ऑल. SCA कैन बी अवर BC, CSC so wants, they can be our individual BC, and we are already in talk with the CSC and the SPV, those who are going to be our BC. Under their umbrella all SCAs or CSCs can be covered. So ये facility available है, anybody can become and start banking. I think ISEC and NICT in Bhopal, MP, they are working wonderfully well. और ये services और भी दूसरे BCs के through we started with other SCAs also, और दूसरे SCAs के साथ भी हमारा agreement हुआ है as a BC. लेकिन if CSC as SPV come forward and take all together, then I think we can make a very good headway. और इस कियोस्क बैंकिंग में जो सर्विसेज अवेलेबल हैं उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा एडिशनल, क्योंकि आप लोग G2C सर्विसेज ऑलरेडी कर रहे हैं. अगर ये सर्विसेज अवेलेबल हैं तो एज ए बैंकिंग सर्विसेज अगर आप प्रोवाइड कर दें तो एक एडिशनल रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम आपकी जनरेट होती है. वाइबिलिटी CSC की अच्छी रहेगी. ये सुविधा एज ए कियोस्क बैंकिंग के साथ आप जो उसके अंदर है अकाउंट खोल सकते हैं कस्टमर का, उसको कहीं जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. वहीं आपके इवन बैंक में जाता है, फोटोग्राफ लेके जाना होता है, वहां फोटोग्राफ भी कंप्यूटर से खींच लिया जाता है, जिसको एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म पर ट्रांसलेट कर सकते हैं वहीं पर, और उस एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म को प्रिंट करके साइन करा लीजिए, वो अकाउंट ओपनिंग फॉर्म हो जाता है बैंक का. अकाउंट खोलने की सुविधा, कैश जमा कराने की सुविधा, कैश निकालने की सुविधा वहीं विलेज में आप प्रोवाइड करा सकते हैं. दूसरा, रेमिटेंसेस, एक खाते से दूसरे खाते में पैसा भेजना है या कहीं और भेजना है, उसका अकाउंट कहीं कोर बैंकिंग में है, किसी भी 14,000 ब्रांच हैं बैंक की, कहीं भी उसका खाता है, आपके आउटलेट पर आके बंदा पैसा जमा करा सकता है. ही कैन वॉक इन, आपको सिर्फ अकाउंट नंबर बताए अपना, आप अकाउंट नंबर करके पैसा जमा करिए. जैसा जय कुमार साहब बता रहे थे, ऑनलाइन रियल टाइम अकाउंट में जाके क्रेडिट हो जाता है. और उसका कहीं, जैसे माइग्रेंट लेबर्स हैं, उनके लिए ये बहुत इफेक्टिव टूल है. पैसा जमा कराया इधर, माइग्रेंट लेबर ने अपनी जो अर्निंग्स हैं, और विलेज में पर्सन कैन विड्रॉ. किसी आउटलेट पर जाके, किसी भी आउटलेट पर चला जाएगा कियोस्क बैंकिंग के, वहां विड्रॉ कर सकता है, ब्रांच में जाके विड्रॉ कर सकता है, और उसका खाता अगर बैंक के ब्रांच में ही है तो वो ATM से भी विड्रॉ कर सकता है, विड्रॉ. तो ये जो रेमिटेंस की सुविधा है बहुत अच्छी सुविधा है, और इसमें अर्निंग्स भी अच्छी हैं. ये सबसे ज्यादा सस्टेनेबल एंड वायबिलिटी दे रहा है. आज की तारीख में जितने भी BC एंगेज किए हैं, दे आर यूजिंग दिस फैसिलिटी एंड रेमिटेंस बिजनेस में काफी अच्छा रेवेन्यू कमा के अर्बन एरिया में भी ये डिप्लॉय की हुई है. खाली रूरल में ही नहीं है, अर्बन सेमी अर्बन में भी है ये. दूसरी तीसरी सुविधा जो हम दे रहे हैं RD अकाउंट की, जिसमें हर महीने विलेजर अगर कोई भी अमाउंट सेव करना चाहता है, फिक्स नहीं है, रिकरिंग डिपॉजिट में फिक्स इंस्टॉलमेंट होती है, ऐसी कोई फिक्स नहीं है, फ्लेक्सी है. आज 5 रुपए जमा कराए इस महीने में, अगले में 10 करा दे, 50 करा दे, दिस इज फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. पीरियड इसमें फिक्स होता है कि 36 मंथ का टेन्योर होता है, वो प्रीमेच्योर भी ले सकता है. RD की सुविधा है इसके अंदर. इस चैनल के थ्रू हम स्मॉल अमाउंट का ओवरड्राफ्ट भी प्रपोज कर दिया, अवेलेबल करा दिया है, जिसमें सेविंग बैंक के ऊपर कंजप्शन, एज ए कंजप्शन क्रेडिट, he can submit an application which will be sanctioned, और वहां से वो कैन पैसा अवेल कर सकता है, जमा करा सकता है अकाउंट. So all this facility we have provided on this channel. We are working toward providing the micro pension also through this channel. जैसा इन्होंने कहा, we are making this channel also UID enabled. इसकी limitation ये नहीं रहे कि because आप रेस कर रहे थे अजय कुमार साहब, बेसिकली उसमें दो थे. UID में दो तरह के ट्रांजेक्शन है, ऑन अस एंड ऑफ अस. ऑन अस तो हमारे पास जो अकाउंट है वहीं फिनिश होने, हमारे सेंट्रल उसमें फिंगरप्रिंट्स है, उसके वेरिफिकेशन है. और UID इनेबल्ड ट्रांजेक्शन में जो सबसे बड़ी फैसिलिटी होने वाली है वो ये है कि अगर किसी दूसरी बैंक का अकाउंट है उसके पास और UID नंबर है, UID नंबर देता है, तो उस UID नंबर बेसिस पे ही कैन अवेल द पेमेंट सर्विसेज फ्रॉम दिस चैनल. सो वेरियस टाइप ऑफ सुविधाएं प्रोवाइड करी गई हैं. और सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. कोई क्वेश्चन होगा तो वी विल टेक अप द क्वेश्चन लेटर ऑन. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you very much. In fact, one of the initiatives with the Department of Information Technology took was requesting the finance, through the finance ministry, requesting the RBI to modify the guidelines on the BC. And in the guidelines, then in the modified guidelines, the CSC actually can be made an independent BC also. So there is already a provision the CSCs can be used as BC, and this is the RBI amendment. I'll change the sequence if there is no objection to the panelists, because we are talking about financial inclusion. We can actually take, rather than coming to the skill development part, we can take some of the other financial inclusion, the ground realities of people who are implementing. Can I request Mr. Anup Kaul from Basics, who is actually doing financial inclusion in the field, and say a few words.
Financial inclusion.
Yeah.
We've been, is it audible? No.
You can use this. Okay, yes.
Thank you, sir. We've been into financial inclusion now for 4 years. And we've tried about 3-4 different types of technologies. We worked with 3-4 banks. We've done a very major financial inclusion work in Rajasthan. What we have learned is, one, that a deposit-driven financial inclusion project does not work because that community does not have enough deposits. They don't have much to remit also. So a financial inclusion project which is credit-driven will work and make money for both the BC as well as the bank. So this was our first learning. The second learning was that you need to not only open accounts, but you also need to go a step further. Not only give them credit, but also engage in what is known as social mobilization. Enable them to collectively think of a way forward for their economic upliftment. So if you are going into a digital inclusion process, a social inclusion process, and a financial inclusion process, all three this should eventually lead to economic upliftment. Any initiative which does not promote livelihood is not going to work for anybody. So we have made a submission to the Reserve Bank that there is a need to not just open an account. There is a need to enable the person who opens the account to improve his livelihood so that he can use that particular account to further enhance his income, and therefore that account becomes relevant. Otherwise, if I'm opening an account for a poor person, how does it help him? He doesn't have much money to put in anyway. So it has to go beyond consumption loans. So what I would request Mr. Roy and State Bank is, please get in, and other banks also in this game, you need to provide not just simple overdrafts, you need to provide them microcredit and enable them to engage in a particular economic activity. That's the first point that I'd like to make. And in this context, I thought I should submit, we have therefore also looked at how we can enhance the income of the family. So we have entered into another relationship with the Government of India, that is skill building, where we enable one member of the family to learn a vocational skill in 3 to 4 months, and we then make sure that he gets employment or he starts his own venture, small micro enterprise, and we fund him for that. So our skill building is also linked to wage employment or self-employment. That is the two strategies that we have adopted to uplift the communities. The whole effort, therefore, would be, the formula, in my view, or in our view, from the view of the basics, is digital inclusion plus financial inclusion plus social inclusion is equal to poverty exclusion. And if that should be the way forward, if we all work together towards poverty exclusion, that entire rural economy will become vibrant enough to support any activity, whether it's insurance or whether it's pension or whether it is UTI or any other in a partner who wants to come in there will be able to earn something out of that small niche rural space. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kaul. Can I now request Mukesh Hasela, CEO NICT, who is also implementing the one talked about by State Bank, the NICT project on financial inclusion in Madhya Pradesh has been a good success story.
Sir, just a minute. We are already working on this, providing credit through this channel to SHGs and KCC also, production linked loans.
Okay.
That will be shortly available on this, and presently today it is not there, so that I have not taken up, but it will be coming shortly on that.
Thank you, Chair. Two, three things which I quickly like to focus. They are very good stories. We have done a lot of work. We started business correspondent in Madhya Pradesh with the State Bank of India. In the first stretch, we opened 350 kiosks. But then what is happening now? Only, say, 175 and 200 are working. Rest are not very active. We then start, as Mr. Kaul was discussing on deposit model or a credit model, we start taking the government schemes through banking kiosks, distributing NREGS payments to flag it off. But then also it doesn't work. And today I have just taken the active banking kiosk figure from my colleagues. The active VLE, those who are active in banking kiosk, are around 125. Now, why this is happening? This is happening because everybody is doing best of it. Banks are there. We are putting our best efforts to do that. Technology is there, but then there is no synergy. When it comes to NREGS payment, it is a man-driven initiative in the district. It is not the policy-driven. So one collector, very keen, he is doing very well, VLEs are doing very well, but another collector do not even recognize CSCs. They do not want to talk to us. There is no policy at the state level. At central level, we are pushing a lot, we are doing a lot. SDAs are there, they are also doing that, but the moment we move down the line, what is the level of awareness about entire movement? It's not there. That is what is the biggest challenge what we are facing. And it's very good to say that we have so many kiosks, we have so many services, but then end of the day, how many are really active? That is very important. And then we have to think very seriously that we need to coordinate the synergies at national level, state level, so that if NREGS activities are to be done through Common Service Center, it should happen at all the kiosks. Why only ISECT? Why only NICTs are the example? Why only SHREY is example? Why not everyone? Because it is a national activity. NREGS is not an individual project. It's a national activity and it's governed through a national policy framework. So why this is not happening at all the CSCs? Why we are not able to integrate? So I just like to submit one thing is, now already we have SPV here at central level. We need to do more marketing, more sensitization down the line rather than at the state level, capital level, or at the national level. We need to sensitize the district administration in order to really achieve what we are looking for, because a lot of effort has been gone into it. Banks are doing best, technology providers are doing best, CSC scheme framework is there, everything is there, but there is no coordination of synergy. So synergy coordination is very important in order to take this further. The entire movement otherwise will be slowing down. That is the worry. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I now request Tanmay, because Tanmay is the one who started MP Online, became a classical example of a platform providing G2C. He started also not in terms of financial inclusion in that sense, but delivery of financial product, saying collection of bills, etc. And then, of course, they're now running in Maharashtra the similar model. So his experience of providing a platform which can be useful for the CSC in order to derive services can be useful for each one of us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tyagi. I would only like to state very briefly that, and I completely echo Mukesh's words, that, you know, it's all very hunky-dory for us to sit in Vigyan Bhavan and talk about and eulogize what a great job we have done. But what is happening at the last mile is, I think, the most significant point. The most significant impact of CSC would be to bring the governance to the doorsteps of the people. I think we have just scratched the surface of that potential. We are talking about financial inclusion, we are talking about many other things, but unless the district administration considers the 100,000 outlets to be the de facto last mile connect and to decongest the government offices of all the people who are hovering around those offices, which means 1.2 billion people congregating in a minuscule number of government offices, thereby leading to the people exercising the strength of the chair. Unless we are able to demolish this, we have really not utilized the real strength of the CSC. This is my understanding, and I want to be very, very frank with you about it. So therefore,